Yes, it's once again time to talk about the crime going on that has been forgotten in the media because there's been a lot of it, and of course the media isn't covering a lot of it. And some of it has been covered, but some of it has not. And we're going to talk about the ones that haven't been covered because there's quite a bit here. And News 12 once again didn't talk about it. The only thing they covered, because this happened in West Islip, and we all know people in West Islip are very, very important people. They're white, financial professionals, so I think every person is white here that they interviewed, are right. You know, they don't care. This is what you know. They're the only ones that get the attention. Well, the rest of us are just forgotten. You know, of course they've been all over the Valva thing, and then there's more in here. You can see we call them out again because they have to be called out. They have to be called out because they missed a lot of these stories here. Here we go. LPAJ. Where is this? In Bayshore, of course. Bayshore. They got a lot of these nonsense stories that they got here. So, of course, South Shore. You know, it's all about the South Shore. You know the deal with them. So, let's talk about what's happened here in the middle of the island. This is pretty scary here. Police seek info after... How could news... They don't think they covered it, or they covered it very briefly. Police seek info after a driver shoots at car driven by South Talkett man in Centereach. And why are we doing these crime updates? Again, it's because we have an election coming up, and I need to remind everybody that this is what you're going to get a lot of if you keep this current governor. So, police are investigating after a driver fired a shot. That's right, he shot at a car that was stopped at a stop sign on Long Island. It happened in Centereach, broad daylight, 10 a.m., Sunday, October 16th, North Washington Avenue near Oxhead Road. So it said the 42-year-old South Talkett man was driving a 2019 Chrysler 300 South on North Washington Avenue. The Chrysler stopped at a stop sign when a dark gray or black Jeep SUV approached the Chrysler from behind and crossed into the northbound lane to pass Chrysler. While passing the Chrysler, the driver of the Jeep fired one round at the driver's side door, which caused debris to ricochet off the door and strike the driver. So he was trying. This could have been fatal if the driver was hit. A shooting. How could the goddamn media not cover this? SCPD said the Jeep drove away from the scene, traveling south. The driver of the Chrysler and the 36-year-old woman who was a passenger declined medical attention at the scene. So this may have been a random attack. It may have been road rage. Let's go to the map. We'll show you where this is. And, you know, I mean, raw daylight. How does this... Where's the media with this? Where's the damn media? You know, if it happened on the South Shore, hold the presses. Those people, they're important. But if it's the middle of the island, who cares, right? Who cares, right? So let's see. There's this Oxhead Road in North Washington Avenue. So this is Oxhead Road right here at North Washington Avenue. This is where it happened. Just north of Middle Country Road, right in this area right here. All right? So, of course, this is the middle of the island. Who cares, right? Who cares? It's all part of the plan to force this out. You don't want to deal with the crime and the problems? Well, shut up and go live in New Jersey. Unless you want to fight like hell to live in the Enclave. This is the area it happened in. All right? So, right around here. Unbelievable. Residential area. I mean, unbelievable. Where's the media with this? 10 a.m. A shooting. Where's the damn media? Where are you, South Shore 12? No, you're too busy covering nonsense. Who cares about shells from Oyster Bay? Who cares about the Met Opera? Who cares about LPGA pro golfers? All right? We got serious problems going on with crime on Long Island. You shouldn't be covering any of this nonsense right now, especially the Yankees. But, of course, the people they gear to love the Yankees. That's not a surprise. So, that happened, and then this also happened, so that's the worst of it. But then we have another one. Suspect steal vehicle after crash near Long Island intersection. An investigation is underway after a vehicle was stolen following a two-vehicle crash. And this did happen in the middle of the night in Lawrence, 4:30 a.m., This is not the good part of Lawrence, all right? This is next to Inwood. So it says a light green sedan and a red Honda collided near the intersection of Rockaway Turnpike and Rugby Road. The three male suspects of the sedan exited the car and began arguing with the 54-year-old man who's the driver of the Honda, resulting in a physical altercation. The man was removed from the Honda, and two of the suspects entered the Honda and left the scene. The third suspect returned to the sedan and also fled the scene. Police said the two vehicles were last seen traveling north on Rockaway Turnpike. So, yep, another crime there, but that's near Inwood, so it's near Far Rockaway. All right. And we have this. Police search for a suspect accused of entering Long Island home through window and stealing jewelry. This happened in Elmont, 6:45 p.m. Huh. Yeah, that's like right around the dinner hour. 237th Street. 44-year-old woman returned home and found that her bedroom had been ransacked, so she wasn't home when this person broke in. The woman checked her doorbell camera, and an unknown male was on the property. Suspect entered a back window and stole jewelry and fled the scene on foot. And here's your suspect. Definitely looks like somebody who's up to no good here. 237th Street in Elmont. What do all these things have in common? Most of them are in middle of the island, or Far Rockaway, which is on the South Shore, but not a good part of the South Shore. It's not a Lily White area. So just because it's South Shore, no, it's got to be in the Enclave. So 237th Street in Elmont. I don't know where that is. That might be like near the city. Almost 237th Street. I guess they have a 237th Street in Elmont. I'm not sure where that is, but or there's a 237th Street in Elmont. Let's see. Oh, right off Linden Boulevard. Okay, so it's almost, yeah. This is still Elmont here. It's not a good area. Right by Cambria Heights. A lot of crime in that area. So that's not a surprise. You get that going. And then, we're not done yet. There was a burglary at a storage facility in Huntington Station. Loaded firearm during traffic stop. And this also happened in Inwood. So, again, Inwood, Far Rockaway area is not good. 10:50 p.m. They saw a 2018 Nissan Rogue failing to maintain its lane while traveling east on Burnside Avenue. The driver, identified as 21-year-old Cameron Rashid of Medford, along with Courtney Palmer of the Bronx, were placed into police custody, and they were both charged with criminal possession of a weapon. And who knows, they might be let out, to deal with that, because we have the wonderful bail reform law going on that we have. And then this also happened. News 12 actually did cover this. They actually did a good job. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they had a different news person on yesterday because they actually covered some crime yesterday. But today it was back to the South Shore and all that other crap. So, a Long Island man was shot by police after allegedly threatening them with a handgun. This happened at East Garden City, 2:45 a.m. So, detectives witnesses spotted a two-man attempting to open the doors of a Verizon store. This is by the Gallery at Westbury Plaza. When the witnesses approached the man, one of the men pointed what appeared to be a gun, placing him in fear for his life. So it's armed. That's what's serious. And one of the men were located when the officers responded. Jonathan Parra, age 26, of Westbury. Of course, there was another big drug bust in Westbury. So Westbury is ruined. There's nothing. Westbury is gone. 435B in front of 435B Old Country Road in Westbury. So he was arrested. So as officers approached, located one of the men. And so this was this is Westbury, just down the road by the Source Mall. As officers responded, the man turned and threatened the officers what appeared to be a gun. And then they had a fire in defense. The man was struck in the foot. The man was arrested, and officers applied a tourniquet. And the investigation is ongoing. And Pereira is charged with 2 counts of menacing. Will be arraigned at a later date. The second suspect still on the loose with that. We're not done yet, because we got to go check out Laura Uli as well, because something else happened, and Laura Uli was the only one who covered it. Let's see if it's on the website or not. Let's see if we have it here. Yep, pursuit with arrests in Hempstead. Never made the news, this one. Police tracked a suspicious vehicle on Hempstead Turnpike and ordered around 1 p.m. ordered to pull over. The driver refused, and a pursuit started. One of the suspects aimed a weapon at the officer, alerting more police personnel. The vehicle was stopped by Front Street at 3 p.m. with heavy police vehicles. So lots of police on scene. 4 suspects inside the vehicle were placed under arrest. And police also recovered weapons from the vehicle. And further investigation reported all 4 suspects are wanted for 20 armed robberies in Nassau County. Again, nothing in the news about this. Only Laura Uli has it. So, again, lots of crime being ignored, again, by the media on Long Island. At least the city has their stations that do cover crime, like 1010 Wins, and you could see another incident on the subway. Another subway push. There was one just yesterday. Wasn't there? So this is another one now. Man fatally struck by subway after being pushed onto the tracks. So it's fatal. He was pushed onto the tracks by another man. This happened 4:45 p.m. at the Rose Valley Avenue subway station in Jackson Heights. The victim was arguing with another man when he was pushed onto the tracks. So, and then there was another one in the Bronx. I mean, it's unbelievable. The crime is out of control in the city, and it's spilling into the middle of the island, right? While those on the South Shore get to sit pretty and avoid most of it. Not all of it, but most of it. You have 2 women randomly assaulted by a man at Manhattan Park. When did this happen? Chelsea Park. When did this happen? 1 p.m., broad daylight. 33-year-old man hit a 43-year-old woman. I mean, it's just out of control in this state. It really is. So that's why I'm doing these videos, the crime videos, because for now, occasionally, because, yes, this woman here, right here, Hochul, she's got to go. She is just killing this state, and if she gets reelected, the only safe place to be will be in the enclaves, because the city, this is all going to be ruined, guys. The whole state is going to be ruined. Everything's going to be ruined. The only safe places to be will be those preppy little enclaves on the South Shore. And the rest of us, well, we're going to have to shut up and go live in New Jersey, because there's no sense living your life in fear. And that's what the rest of us are going to have to do if Hochul gets reelected. So that's going to wrap up this video here. And again, shame on now and Channel 12. Once again, just covering a bunch of BS is what they're covering right now. A bunch of BS. And they're talking about the Valva case. Of course, we all know, because it happened on the South Shore. Hold the presses. Stop the presses. Those people are important. They're important. They work on Wall Street. They got white skin. They dress in preppy clothes. Therefore, that makes them much more superior than the rest of us, who are just lowlifes. So that's their attitude about it all. It's unbelievable. You got to be with these people if you want to be safe. But they only want to be with their own kind. So that is the problem we have. So there you go. That is what's going to happen in New York if Kathy Hochul gets reelected. So I'm praying she doesn't, because if she does, surviving here is going to be almost impossible unless somehow I can get into the enclave. But we all know they only want to be with their own kind. Somebody in disability in a program, forget it. They are not going to rent to you. You got to be one of them. So if you really want to live on Long Island, you're going to have to become a finance professional. And be white, because that'll help to be white. If you're not white, well, I don't know what to tell you. That's what it is. This is what you get in New York here. I mean, you just look at what they cover here. Just a bunch of BS here. Unbelievable. Yankees. The Yankee fans booed Aaron Judge the other night. Yankees are just terrible. All right, terrible. They're just arrogant. They represent everything that's wrong with New York. All right, let's go Mets. The Yankees should be in the the Mets should be in the playoffs, not the Yankees. But, I mean, look at this. Just look at what they cover. I can't help but rant on Channel 12. The new normal. They love the new normal. Look at this. Inflation savvy moods. I mean, look at what they're gearing to. It's so obvious what they gear to, man. The new normal. Yeah, there they are. New normal. All preppy white people. Yeah, I mean, this is all they talk about. Why is this show still on the air? Just do a crime special every day. But no, they're sitting pretty in their enclaves. They don't have to worry about crime. They're enjoying life, smiling, while the rest of us are crying. Well, that's it. Thanks for watching.